everybody, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video and deciding to watch today. I hope you enjoy what you see, and if you do, maybe you could consider hitting the subscribe button as well. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for all the support of my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you and all of the interaction that I get here. I love the comments and the suggestions, especially the suggestions. And yeah, so today I'm just doing a little bit of a share. So if you've been with me for a while, now let me pop this up a little bit. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I like to keep this little bin full of embellishments for my paper crafting swaps and for different projects that I'm working on. It's so nice to just have something handy that you can grab. So I have little pinwheels. I have these little paper flower embellishments made from tissue paper and what have you, these fabric flowers, all kinds of different things in here. But what I do like to keep this full of is all kinds of these little paper clusters. I have one left in here, just this one that I haven't used. So it's time to do a big batch, and that's what I've been doing. So this bit of a mess on my desktop right here is all of these little bits and pieces that I sat down and put together. And yeah, they go from teeny tiny little bits like this, which is just a couple of pieces of paper, to you know, nice big pieces like this that will be great just embellishing the corner of a card or something like that. And I'll show you how I made them. All I do is take a bunch of paper scraps. Let me show you with this one. So this is just some torn paper scraps. I've taken a little bit of paper scrap right here and I fanned it, did it like an accordion, and laid it flat. And then I took one of those little embellishments from my Tim Holtz ephemera pack. A lot of times I love Tim Holtz, absolutely love Tim Holtz. And a lot of times I'll have little bits like this and I'm just not quite sure where to use it. So what I've done is taken a lot of the little Tim Holtz pieces and just added them to a background. I used my tiny attacher and just stapled it all together. And that's how easy they are. So I have tons. So that's what this is. This one is, I had this nature sticker from something else, and I just took some pieces and I layered them together, and then I stapled on a couple of these little butterflies. These little butterflies are, you know, the little plastic containers of little plastic embellishments that you get from Dollar Tree. Some of them are the little plastic hearts. They've got two little holes in them. They almost look like a flat button. I'm not exactly sure what they were for, but when they first came out with them, everybody bought them. And I've got packages of the butterflies, packages of the hearts, and they're all these little 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch sized pieces, and they are absolutely great for just topping these little bits with. Now this is that little simple one, and all it is a piece of gold metallic paper, and this is actually some gold and white striped paper, as you can see from the back there. But I took another little piece of this pink, and once again I did an accordion file. I put a little eyelash lace behind it, and I used a couple of those little staples and stapled it down. So you can see how very easy they are. Now Elizabeth was crafting with me. So she did some of her own. So this is a heart that I was given by somebody else, and she added a little background to it. And the two of us were having fun with these. So do you all remember when these packages of these butterflies, and they're quilted, these are little quilted butterflies, and they're so cute, but I used a couple of them on projects, and then by themselves they were becoming a little boring for me. But look what happens when you put them on some backing. So there's a purple one, and there's a purple one, but by adding some pink to this one, I've created a little bit of a different embellishment. So there we go. And here's another one. And they just all look different because I've added different backings to them. And this one, I particularly love this one. I'm loving the gold ones. Look at how pretty these gold butterflies look when they're added to some layers of gold metallic scrapbooking paper. And this is bits and pieces. This is all my scraps. I had this sticker piece, and all I did was add a background paper to it. This was what was left over from a sheet of stickers, and I didn't use this one. So I just added a little piece of scrapbooking paper on the back with some circles on it, and I edged it. So that's what I've done. This is a simple little one, a little tiny, this is the smallest tiny little butterfly out of one of those packages of the butterfly embellishments, and they range from the great big ones down to these tiny little ones. But look at how cute that looks when you just put some eyelash lace behind it, or eyelash yarn, I guess. And another one of Bethy's. I think she was drawn to this metallic gold scrapbooking paper. She really liked that. So here's another one of the gold ones, but this time I put it on some purple, and it just pops off that purple. So imagine adding that to the corner of a card, or even a project, any kind of a scrapbook paper project. I had some of these little bee stickers. Now these are the ones that have like the satin finish to them, almost a fabric finish. So I made some little groupings. I did that one and this little one, but see how different they look just by putting them together. And then this one. So little groupings. So it depends what project you're going to look for. You're looking for something to top a project just when it needs that little bit of extra and you're not sure. So this is a sticker, just a piece of paper, and another one of those Tim Holtz embellishments. And so you get the idea. You get the idea. And how easy it is to just layer like 3 pieces of scrap paper that you would normally toss in the garbage. And then I just cut a little square of the gold out of a piece of the other paper and stapled it on top. And now this looks like, it's something instead of garbage. Like even this one. So I'm just going to quickly go through the rest of these. So I hope this gives you some ideas. I love this. And this is everything but this little plastic butterfly was basically going to go in the trash. So yeah, so a little piece of this green, some gold foil to separate it from the next piece of green, and then some eyelash yarn, and a little plastic butterfly. And these little butterflies and hearts and things that you get on these packages are iridescent. So they make the best little toppers. Like they just catch the light. This. And here's one with the heart. And all this is, it's just a heart on top of 2 pieces of scrap paper. And when we talk scrap for this type of a project, you're really talking scrap. You're not talking your biggest pieces of paper. So this one, and I just stapled it right through. And these are those fabric flowers that you get on the card. This is what they look like before you start. So the difference between this and this. So if you've already got this and you're in a hurry to make a card or a project, then this makes it so much simpler. So here are a couple of those Tim Holtz pieces. So all I did was find some of the little small pieces, and I love the idea of there being staples through the top. I think even the staple itself adds a little bit of extra. This is just a sticker, just a raised sticker, but I didn't want to use it on anything. It just, with that glitter heart, it just looked too finished, maybe, for me. I like things to look a little bit more roughed up, I guess. I don't know. I don't even know what the word is. A little more eclectic, maybe. But this little toy, and it's just a, see, it's just a scrap of, and it's got pineapples on it. But that doesn't matter because it's mostly just the gold that shows. So adding more gold to the glitter made it better. Sometimes you'd want to kind of tone it down. Maybe even put a piece of brown paper. Now I could have taken a piece of paper in this burgundy color or this green and made a background for it as well. That would have been just as nice. Some more of these, oh, little tiny scraps of stuff. But when I tore these, this paper had writing all over it, and it was from an old pack that had a lot of gardening papers in it. And this one says Wild Bloom. And it just has that one little piece of gold in there. And then this one, I just had these two scraps and then this little piece of gold floral. And this one says Grow Wild and Free. And some little bits that were already from, I think this is part of a background from a sticker page. And then this little tag, this little teepee, and I just put them together. And look at how nice it is if you just edge the edges of some paper and staple something on top of them, just by layering them like this. So I'm just wanting to give you some ideas. You don't have to always be going and getting completely finished ephemera pieces from the dollar store or the craft store or wherever you get yours. Sometimes you can just use your scraps and your leftovers and make them. So these are little pop-up stickers, and they have another pop-up piece on the back. So what I've done was I removed that back piece so they'd lay a little flatter, but then I put other papers underneath, so I've got a cluster with a finished embellishment on top. So there's that one, this one, and I love this one. Just love this one. Some very simple craft paper sticker on a little bit of another background. So this, I may not be done with this. Like, I mean, I may use this like this, who knows, but I may not be done with it. I may find something else to put this on top of. Here's another one of those. This is from that sticker sheet that had the little teepee on. So here's another one of these. I never used this sticker from that page, and I love it. I just love this whole little We Are Together, the little branch. But I just think it looks so much better now that it's backed with a couple of other pieces of scrapbooking paper. So that's my video. I just want to show you. And here's this one. So here's the 1/2, And here's this little circle that can be popped out of the middle of it. But I left them together and just, I'm off a little bit there. But see, I left these together and actually stapled across where they joined so that they wouldn't fall off. And all I've done is just staple a few bits together. So they may actually go on to something else. Like I may have something like this and then just want to add something like that to it. Like I don't know how I will use all of these pieces. And Bethy made this one. She found the Tim Holtz dolls and she used this little girl here. She wanted to put it on. And another way to use a leftover, I don't always use every sticker from a package. So making these little embellishments will help me use stuff like that up. Some more of the Tim Holtz embellishments with leftover paper. Another one of these. So you guys get the idea. There's just a pile, but this is going to go a long way to help me when I'm working on other projects. So if you like seeing little shares like this just for inspiration, let me know and give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, go ahead and do that. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to be careful when you're out in public and keep up that social distancing. And bye-bye for now. See ya.